Hello guys, I'm here in the very hot Singapore. I'm in the Chinatown complex and about to have my first taste of the famous what was known as the first hawker stall to ever get a Michelin star. So I'm at the original branch here at Chinatown complex of Singapore Chinatown. So basically what I got the quintessentials, the soy sauce chicken rice, as well as some add-on char siu. As you can see, they love to put a lot of this juicy sauce on it. There's some peanuts, and then I got some chili for myself as well to try. So I think I'm gonna start with the soy sauce chicken because that is what they're well known for. Let's go for a piece here in the middle. It's very glistening in the skin, and the meat looks very moist and tender as well. It looks very similar to the ones we have in Hong Kong, but of course this is, as they say, food heritage. So let's try this out. Wow. This is very tender, very flavorful chicken meat. Yeah, it tastes quite different to the ones I've had in Hong Kong previously because soy sauce chicken isn't usually my go-to choice of meat in Hong Kong. This one is extremely tender, I think. And then just a bit of the skin gives a bit of oiliness and fattiness. It's drenched in all that dark sauce. It goes really well. It's quite sweet, but yeah, it's very meaty as well. Very nice savory flavor. I guess you can tell why it's become popular among not only tourists but locals also. I saw the line, lots of locals are lining up. So it definitely has the flavor, and I think that's definitely why it was awarded such an accolade. Also, we got some char siu. So I've heard in other places the char siu is quite famous as well. So look at this, decent amount of fat into that, some lean pieces as well. Let's try this out. Wow. Yeah, it's very different compared to the ones I've had before. There's a bit of glaze. This area here, there's a bit of glaze. There's a bit of crispness. And like I said, there is a substantial amount of fat. There's also some lean pieces. It just melts in your mouth really. It's really good. Now let's chase it with some of the rice. Drenched in all that sauce. It's very garlicky and sweet, the sauce. Takes a lot of garlic in that, and yeah, it's definitely complementing with all the meat you have. It's nice, nice complement, a nice staple. So I got some chili on the side. I'll try to add a bit onto this next piece, maybe onto the char siu a bit. I know Singapore chili might be quite hot compared to what I've had previously. Let's try. That's not bad. It has that kick definitely, but it's more of like more like a spice compared to like heat. Yeah, it goes very well. It's very spicious chili, and you can definitely taste the kick now, but it's a good compliment as well. Very enjoyable. So just to let you know, I am in the original branch, where this is where they were awarded the cheapest Michelin meal. So I think my order was like $3.50 Singapore dollars. Then I added char siu for an extra $2. So I think it still technically is the cheapest Michelin meal. Once again, I'm not sure if it still has the star, but it's definitely still one of the cheapest Michelin recommended meals out there. Definitely worth a visit if you're here in Singapore. Obviously, there are branches now across Singapore and even internationally. So yeah, it's definitely worth a try. But I'm just very happy to be able to visit the original branch here in Chinatown complex. So let's finish eating now. Just to give you a brief background of the place, we're here at Hill Street Taiwan Pork Noodles, and as of the moment, it's the only hawker stall which still has been able to keep its Michelin Star. It's the second hawker stall after Hawker Chan, but I believe Hawker Chan doesn't have its Michelin Star anymore, so this is the one which has managed to keep it. So I'll try the wet version first. They use like rice noodles similar to like pho. It's very porky, It's got a lot of pork in there because you have like minced pork, you have meatballs as well, and you have some wontons. Let's try the soup also. Yeah, it's very porky, very savory. You can taste like you can really taste like all the pork flavor in that. It's very good. Let's try one of the wontons also. Textbook wontons, very thin wrapper. It's pretty good. Let's get some noodles with more of the meat. I waited a decent amount of time for this, so yeah, it's pretty good, must say. Here we have the dry version. So they added a bit of chili, so it's definitely hotter, spicier compared to the wet version, and they do serve some seaweed soup on the side. Let's have a bit of soup. Just light seaweed flavor. Quite like seaweed soup. Now let's try the dry version. Some noodles, and they have some innards as well, some liver and kidney. And I think this is like either fish or pork skin cracklings on top. I think it's pork. Let's try a piece with everything in it. No, definitely has a kick with the chili mixed into it, but it's very unique. It's very different from the wet version. Here we have some kidney, I believe. Even the innards really clean, sliced thinly, so it's not overly chewy. It really goes well together. It's a very comprehensive dish. We also have some meatballs here. Both dishes are very meaty. They have a lot of protein, and then they have different flavor profiles as well. So the dry one is, of course, the soup is separate, but it's also very spicious with that chili. And then the wet one is a bit more subtle. It's a bit closer. It's a bit homey tasting, a bit more comfy, because it doesn't have that amount of spice. But both are very good. Both are very distinct. I think they deserve the accolade which they have, and it looks like the wait in line was pretty decent. It was pretty worth it as well.